Hello everyone. In today's exercise, we will model a complex mechanical part using several powerful part design tools, including multi-section solid, rib, slot, and shell. While the overall shape is relatively straightforward, creating the opening between the hollow bugle-shaped body and the semicircular section require a more advanced approach. Let's get started.
I was dreaming in my sleep, now wide awake. With CATIA by my side, there's no mistake. Always had a wish to create and design. Now I'm building futures one line at a time. Could sketch a ship or design a plane. With CATIA, every dream I can sustain. Stay with me, I'll show you how it's done. Our journey to the stars has just begun. Dreams with CATIA come alive, stay tuned. In a world of possibilities, our talents boomed. From the sketch pad to reality, watch us soar. With every click and curve, we crave for more.
Hello everyone. Today we will draw this shape together. We will use multi-section, rib and slot tools to sketch this shape. Drawing the part is not very difficult. However, creating the hole between the semicircle and the hollow bugle shape presents a challenge. Until now, we have not reviewed the Boolean tools together, so I will start by sketching the bugle shape first. First, I draw the head part of it. To draw it, I need two parallel planes with a YZ plane. One is 81.5 mm and the other is 81.5 plus 57.5 mm away from the YZ plane. I create the two planes. First, I enter the sketch environment with the outer plane. I draw a rectangle with dimensions of 72.5 mm and 52.5 mm. I position the rectangle. The upper edges of the rectangle is 100 mm away from the horizontal axis. Finally, I create 4 fillets for the rectangle with a radius of 15 millimeters. I exit the sketch environment. I enter the sketch environment again with the other plane. I create the second rectangle. I read the dimensions of the rectangle from the shape. I position the rectangle. I return to the part environment. I activate the multi-section tool. First, I select the larger rectangle and then the smaller rectangle. I pay attention to the starting points and directions. The directions should be the same direction, otherwise the body will twist. Now I re-enter the sketch environment with the second plane. I project the surface of the smaller rectangle. I return to the part environment. I enter the sketch environment with the page vertical to it. I draw a curve consisting of an arc and a straight line. The arc size is 100 millimeters. The line's size is unknown and not needed. I draw the line horizontally. I align one end of the line with a projected rectangle. The lower point of the arc is 4 millimeters below the horizon and 60 millimeters from the vertical axis. I perform measurement. The other end of the arc aligns with the horizontal line and is tangent to it. I perform constraint. The arc and the line are fully constrained. I return to the part environment. I activate the rip command. I select projected rectangle as profile and arc with horizontal line as curve. I click OK. The second part of the bugle shape form was created. Now bugle shape is complete. I activate the shell tool. I set the thickness to 2.5 millimeters. I click on the two surfaces of the shape to make them hollow. These two surfaces become pinks. I click OK. You will see the shape became hollow. Note this. We could have hollowed out each shape individually with the shell tool, but the connection of edges would not have been as soft as now. Now I draw a semicircle. I draw it using the profile and arc tool with the help of 3 points. I perform measurement. I position the shape on the page and fix it. I return to the part environment. With the pat command, I mirror it 40 millimeters on both sides of the protrusion. Now I activate the shell command. I set the thickness amount to 4 mm. I select two surfaces of the body. I click OK in the Tool Settings window. A shape has been created. You will notice that part of the hollow bugle shape is missing, but the hollow part of the bugle shape is also not visible. I want the hollow part of the bugle shape to be seen from below. How can I do this? Remember, the pocket operation can be done vertically relative to the sketch or along a straight line. But in this case, the bugle shape is in the shape of an arc, so the pocket method is not applicable here. To create a hole, I can use the slot tool. For a slot, I need a profile and a path. The profile that is created by the intersection of the bugle shape with the semicircle can be used. In this case, I also need to create a suitable path. Or I can use a rectangular profile from the cross section above. In this case, I can use the path of the rip tool that I previously created. The second way is simpler and more practical. For this, I will choose the upper cross section. Now the rip path curve is hidden and not visible. First, I enter the sketch environment with a 81.5 mm distance from the page that I created earlier. If the viewing direction is inappropriate, click once on the normal view. First, I click on the Swap Visible Space command. All hidden elements are displayed. The page color also changes. I see both rectangles. I move the mouse over the smaller rectangle. I look at the design tree. I see that the name sketch tree has turned orange. Now I right-click on sketch tree. In the pop-up menu, I click on the Hide Show key. Now I click on the Swap Visible Space key again. I return to the sketch environment. Now a rectangle is visible. First, I select the entire rectangle by creating a frame. I click on the Offset tool. Moving the mouse inside the rectangle, a blue rectangle appears. By clicking on the frame in front of the offset, I select it. I type the number 2.5 in this frame. Moving the mouse back inside the rectangle and clicking, a rectangle is created 2.5 mm away from a sketch tree. Now I right-click on a sketch tree in the design tree and hide it. I return to the part environment. Again, I click on the Swap Visible Space tool. I move the mouse over the path that was used for the rip command. Looking at the design tree, I see that the name Sketch 4 has turned orange. Right-clicking on it and pressing the Hide Show key, I return to the design environment. Now you can see the path. Double-clicking on the same Sketch 4 enters the sketch environment. Selecting the line and arc, I click on the Offset command. Writing the number 2.5 in the offset frame, I move the mouse over the path and click. Now the second path, as desired, is created. Measuring the second path. Completely structuring the first path. Returning to the part environment. Activating the slot command. Introducing the rectangle as a profile and the path as a center curve. The shape is created. Now look carefully at the shape. I zoom in. At the end of the groove on the body, a forehead has been created. Using ruler tool, I measure it. I note the number. I double-click on the sketch path of the slot in the tree design. I enter the sketch environment. Now I need to change the starting position of the bow. The amount of the change is shown in the shape. I double-click and adjust the size from the vertical axis. I go back to the part environment. You can see that the bottom edge has also been deleted. The shape has been converted to a better state. Now I create the holes for the semicircular edge and then draw the forehead edge. Using dynamic sectioning and quick view tools, you can see your shape in different views. Today's lesson is over here. I hope you paid attention. Please watch the lesson carefully. In the second time, draw the shape from memory. Pay attention to the auxiliary tools used. They are just as important as the main tools. Good luck. Goodbye until the next lesson.
Let's build the future.